All right. We're rolling?
Yep.
Joey. Social Media Danny is the number 1 through 5 behind his back. What number is it?
I'm the 4th. Let's go 4.
Carl.
2.
Chief.
1.
Dave.
3.
All right. I have the option, and I'm going to take number 1 overall.
What was the number that was left?
4, I think.
Thank you, Dave.
God damn it, Dave.
I'm still.
He has to say...
And can I be honest with you?
You didn't,
know the number.
I was
You didn't
guessing
know.
too. I was like, I think
I said 4 right off the jump.
It was 5, yeah.
So you didn't even know.
I don't know. But I don't have to know, but Ed should know.
Correct. I'll take number 1.
That's bullshit. We should start that over.
Nope.
Why aren't we
think?
starting it over?
If you didn't give it to him,
But he didn't.
I
He
did
gave him
give
the
it to
wrong
him.
one.
I gave it the wrong one. It was
He gave
reverse
him the
But
wrong
then
one.
I gave it 5.
No.
okay.
I said 5.
Come on.
All right. 1 through 4, Joey.
2.
Talked about this before.
What do you want, Joey? 2 through 5.
Oh, now this is a trick question because right at the jump, I'm thinking 2, but then the back-to-back, right? Is that
That's
right.
how snake drafts work. Yep.
That's how they work. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna. I like that. I'm gonna go 5. I'm gonna go 5.
Okay.
Take it.
All right.
Take it.
He's gonna take it, guys.
1 through 3, Carl.
3.
Chief.
2.
White Sox Dave.
I get the pick. I'll take number 2.
Say it.
Oh, you had to say
Dave.
it.
What number
You had
it
to
was?
say it.
There was one.
You're
You'll take
taking a
number
second
2?
pick?
Yep.
Okay.
1 or 2, Carl.
1.
All
right.
right, Chief. You want 3 or 4?
I want the 3rd spot.
All right, Carl. Yeah.
A bad spot picking in front of Joey, picking after Joey.
All right. Everybody good? All right, bang, bang. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. It is Snake Draft Monday. We are joined in studio by Joey Mulinaro. Joey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to our shitty office. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me. Like I said, not too shitty. Better than mine.
Liar.
Because I work from home, so you guys have a place to go. So I think you should feel good about that.
Well,
What if you had to go here every day for almost 3 years?
Okay, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But I don't. So to me, I'm excited to be here. You got the mics, you got the lights, you got fucking screens. You're good to go.
We got stuff.
Yeah.
We got stuff. That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it.
Because you guys got screens.
Yeah.
That's nice. He pointed out before we were recording. He's talking about the televisions.
Right. We have.
You got signs and shit. You know the Miller Lite, and
Yep.
It's nice.
Yep.
just wait till you're baking, though, man. These lights
I'm
get
already
cooking.
baking.
And
We get
it's
to round
fucking
5,
hot.
and you're gonna be like, "Oh fuck!" Like,
You're gonna have
think,
heat flashes.
can't think straight.
And that's the point, man.
I got a
You-
question for you.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
I'm anxious.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's different than nervous. First
it?
time.
It's in the same
Yeah.
ballpark.
Same realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not like because nervous. I think it's definitely different energy than that.
That's the
but-
feedback we get from people. Is that
Yeah,
they're nervous
I would
to
say
come on.
about half the guests that come on the show, and we haven't had anyone outside of Barstool, have we? I don't think. It's usually someone that we know well. It's not like, an athlete or something. They always come on, it's on the TV because it's over Zoom, and they're always like, I'm nervous. And they should be.
Yeah.
Because this is a fucking gauntlet.
Okay. You're trying to psych
You're in
me
White
out.
Sox
Yeah,
Dave's world, Joey.
That's
Yeah.
right, you are.
for sure.
You are sitting right next to White Sox Dave. In fact.
You guys are looking good though. You
We
had
are.
the discussion with the matching sweatshirts. So
Yeah, Ed was trying to say he put it on first. Ed wakes up at 10 a.m. every day.
I was at the office before you,
It doesn't matter.
so I think that matters.
I also don't know if I trust you to say what time you actually got dressed, because like you probably went for a run today, correct,
No, absolutely not.
Dave?
I didn't, no.
Okay, so you put that on.
That's a
right,
nighttime thing for me right now.
when you woke up,
Yeah, because my windows were open last night and it was freezing.
so you slept in it.
Yeah.
Dave
No,
walks
I woke-
around his fucking apartment all morning in the pure darkness with bare feet in the gym shoes.
No,
and shirt on.
I got the like $10 Kohl's little
He's in a
beige
He's got a shirt
slippers.
on?
Yeah.
No,
He's
I
in a
got the
beater.
Dago on.
Yeah, he's in a beater.
He's
can't
always
say
beater.
that.
Yeah, you can.
I am telling you.
Eddie's
can't.
saying he can't because Eddie's
Yeah.
Italian. I think Eddie has.
I am too.
But
I'm
Eddie
Italian,
celebrates
you and me.
Columbus
Are
Day
you?
type Italian.
No,
Whoa,
I don't.
Yes,
whoa,
you do.
problematic.
Yes, you do.
problematic.
You get the
Problematic,
cannolis. Don't you
problematic.
fucking
And he
lie.
goes down
That
Don't
is
you lie,
to
Eddie.
the
Whoa.
protesters at
No,
the
that is
Columbus statue.
That is slander.
And he throws eggs at every last one of them.
That
No,
is
Eddie
slander.
stood in arms and protected
That
the
is
statue.
slander. Joey, this is wrong. This is wrong what they're saying. Joey's going to be like, who the fuck is this guy?
No, how Italian is Molinaro, if you don't mind me asking?
What, are you
That's
talking
pretty
like my
fucking
last
Italian.
name?
Yeah,
Or what do you-
you're how Italian are you?
like blood.
I guess.
He's got the vowel at the end of his.
2%.
No
Okay.
way.
Just the important part, the last name.
Yeah, that's all you need.
hey.
Name that ends in a
Among
vowel.
other things, you know.
Oh, hey.
The okay.
Joey's trying to say he's got a big Italian dick.
That's exactly right.
That's what
Chief.
he's saying.
Thank you. Do you know what?
Is that
A
a
side
thing?
note on this:
that-
people in Indy didn't know that was a thing. I was like, yeah, no, that's definitely a thing.
I don't
Italians
like-
have hogs?
I don't
Dude,
think that's
Eddie,
a thing.
Ed-
News to me.
I mean, no,
I'm certainly
Ed,
don't.
Ed, you drag on the floor. You're the
I
type
certainly
of guy who
do not.
would.
I
Okay.
certainly
Dude,
do not.
Santino Corleone from The Godfather, he won Italian of the Year like 3 times in that movie. In the first scene, that his wife's talking about
How big his
he
dick
has.
is.
Fuck, I guess so.
I'm not going to be the guy who read the book, but in the book they go into greater detail about
Oh,
his
yeah.
dick.
I,
All right.
I read the prequel of it, and they talked about that about that too. So,
There you go.
Yep.
Well, thanks for not
Well,
being.
I think
for the
it's maybe
snake
it's a
draft?
southern Italy thing. I think northern Italy. The,
Yeah,
the
they're
further
they're
away you get
basically
from
the
the
Swiss.
equator,
Yeah,
Could be.
Well, you
Because-
look like a Swiss Italian, like an Alps
See,
Italian.
my grandma fucked me. My grandpa looks like he's from Sicily. You know,
Okay.
we're from Calabria. It's right there on the southern part of Italy. So
4%.
Carl's got a point.
4%.
I heard that grandma fucked me too, and
I was
I
just
saw
saying.
that, yeah.
It's like if my grandma had balls, she'd be my grandpa.
I mean,
Snake draft's off the rails, folks.
Okay.
When's the snake draft on the rails?
It's okay. It's true. I'm always okay with it going off the rails. However, the topic for today, we always tailor it around our guest. The topic for today is distinct voices. It could be anything. It could be a fictional character. It could be a cartoon.
That
It
throws
could be
me
a real
through
person.
big
Could be a
time
profession. Could be so many things.
What do you mean? He said it in the text message last
Thank
night.
you, Chief. Thank you.
I'm glad we landed on distinct instead of because you threw a couple my way. You were like most distinct / like impressive voices. You said a few.
Yeah,
adjectives. I
yeah.
was like that goes different ways, but distinct I think is the best.
I think
way.
distinct is the key. What'd
Yeah,
you
so
say?
it's not best voice.
Yeah, sorry.
But what? Yeah, distinct.
Yeah,
Distinct.
right. Like you hear it and you automatically know what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
This is what direct from Eddie last night. Notable voices or most distinct voices. I like distinct better. So we're good.
Yeah, they're both
Now, before
similar.
we start, does anybody want to trade my draft pick so I can pivot? That was
No.
a joke. I don't want. I still want
No.
the number 2 pick.
are you nervous, Dave?
Now I am because
Because you didn't read the text. Did you?
I read it, but I read the other one.
Did you get too high last night?
No,
Okay.
I didn't. I fell asleep before I could get too high. last
Arguing
night.
with people on Twitter about middle relievers.
Yeah.
Just a Sunday night.
Well, is Jose Abreu dead to you?
No, why would he be dead? To
I
me?
thought you said his approach was garbage yesterday.
It was. He struck out 3 times looking. It's a pretty bad approach. Just call it like I see it. Like I always do with everything.
You're a fair man.
I'm a fair man.
Should we
Speak
start,
true.
Dave?
Yeah, we can start.
Foul boy.
You foul boy.
Foul boy.
All right. The draft order is Eddie, Whitesoxdave, Chief, Carl, Joey. I have number 1 pick, so I'm at the podium. I was you heard we are doing the draft picks beforehand, so I'm confident with this one. I feel good. I'm going with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, everyone knows what
Get to
Arnold
the
sounds
chopper.
like. Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Do it, Dave. Please do an Arnold.
Get to the chopper. I mean, that's all I got.
That was like a Simpsons character.
Not a tumor. He's not a tumor.
I don't even know how much explanation I need.
You don't need any.
You say his name. He's also a first name guy.
What about your first? What was
he's
your
one name,
first?
first name?
I don't think he
Arnold.
is.
Arnold's
Yeah.
Arnold.
If you say Arnold, you know who you're talking
yeah.
about. But
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold
True,
Palmer has
but
a-
I-
Hey,
has a
Arnold?
Fucking
Yeah, true.
okay.
Tom Arnold.
Rest in peace.
Get the fuck out of here.
he was in that movie with him, wasn't
No,
he?
not Tom Arnold. Who?
No, I think he's more of a last name guy than a first name guy.
Phil Hartman.
It could be either.
Jingle all
Oh,
the
that's
way,
who I was
Carl.
thinking about. Phil Hartman.
Why, and I
Rest
don't
in
know
peace.
why, but I get Phil Hartman and I get
Perfectly, I do the exact same thing.
It happens
It's really
all the
weird.
time.
Phil
Hartman
Hartman.
and who? Confused.
Schwarzenegger.
Oh, really?
and Tom Arnold.
That movie. That movie.
That's disrespectful to Phil Hartman.
It is
Yeah.
disrespectful. All right, Schwarzenegger. What was your first Schwarzenegger movie, were you early enough to fuck with T2, or was it like Last Action Hero?
That was
If
mine.
can I be honest with you? It was Jingle All the Way.
Fuck yeah.
If we're being honest.
Mine was
Well, it's one of your
T2 and the aluminum, whatever, the steel guy, the robot guy, like gave me nightmares.
Yeah.
Like that was like one of the scariest
And
villains
he's
ever.
one of those guys where if you
Liquid
talk
metal.
about him, you can't talk about him without using his voice. Everyone has attempted an Arnold impression,
Yep.
at least.
Yep.
Can we get yours?
Say Liquid
I'll
Metal.
be back. I mean, that's just,
I'll
you
be
know,
back.
I'll be back.
See, I think Jingle All the Way, I'm with you, Eddie. I think of the classic line that he says to Phil Hartman when he's on the phone. Put that cookie down!
Yeah,
that
it's
cookie is mine!
Pretty good.
Exactly.
All
That's
right,
pretty
Joey.
good, Joey. That's
I'll
pretty
say.
good.
I
Exactly.
actually, my
Put the cookie
Not
down.
bad. Joey.
kindergarten cop was actually my first.
That's a
Arnold
good.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I will put this. I will put Terminator 2 Judgment Day up there with any movie that's ever been made. I think it's one of the greatest movies ever.
Like
Never seen
action
Terminator.
movies?
Turbo
No,
Man.
just in general.
Just in general. Just
I think
movie.
it's that good of a movie.
Okay. I haven't seen it in a long time,
It's
but
fucking so good.
Any beefs with Arnold going #1 overall?
I-
I think
I mean,
this
it
one's
might have
pretty
been.
wide open.
I think it's pretty wide
Yeah.
open. I think there is a couple that could have had the case made for them, including my pick. Are we ready
All right,
to
yeah.
transition?
Let's
Ready
hear
for
yours.
yours.
I'm going with Morgan Freeman. I had him at the top of my big board. Arnold was number 3 for me personally, but Morgan Freeman, I mean, he like voices over every documentary ever made. I feel like if you hear Morgan Freeman's voice at any point during the day, you're like, that's Morgan Freeman. You know automatically who it is. Obviously, he's not as distinct as Arnold. Arnold has a crazy Austrian accent. He's Austrian, right? I
Believe
think.
so.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think he's Austrian.
Mm-hmm.
But Morgan Freeman, for an American, like I think he's got as distinguishable a voice as there is.
I got a better one.
I think I know who it is, but let's talk about Morgan Freeman a little bit before we get to yours.
Okay.
I mean, Morgan Freeman is a first rounder.
For sure.
I think
Yeah.
we'd all agree.
Definitely.
Absolutely. However, I do agree that there are guys who could do a strong cadence and voiceover work as well as him.
Yep. I've got 2 that I think are both better than that. So I'm hoping one
Really?
gets back to me. Yeah.
And that's a claim, right? Morgan Freeman's like,
Yeah,
Sure.
no, he's a first round. He's like Morgan, and this is just like, I guess it is up to your own personal what you like better. But yeah, he's definitely up there for sure.
when them casting him as God and Bruce Almighty,
It worked.
Love it.
incredible.
Mhm.
Incredible.
He has a God
casting.
voice. He sounds like a god.
It was
don't like
believable.
that?
Yeah.
What do you mean I don't like that?
Oh, I
I
didn't-
loved it.
I-
I've
that.
actually never seen that movie.
I loved it.
It's a good movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you think about like Shawshank, like if it
Yeah,
wasn't
right,
him,
right.
it would have been the same.
I want
Yeah.
I want the ocean to be as blue as I've seen it in my dreams. I can't. I'm not
Exactly
gonna
how
even,
he says it.
Yeah. Can I get it?
I don't see. I stay away from Freeman because so many. You know, it's such a. Everybody
appreciate
does
that.
one, so I don't
I
want to.
think-
I don't want to touch.
How, well, you could do it better than them though.
No.
Everybody
There's
throws a
people- there's people
curveball.
who-
Good
Morgan
beard.
Freeman.
There's people who.
The Barry Zito threw the best curveball ever, circa like 2008.
I think like 2002.
Was it that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. It was those
2005.
early
Oh, yeah,
A's.
yeah, It's like a
yeah.
Moneyball
2000
A's.
You're right. You're
It's a
right. It was
Moneyball
earlier.
A's.
You're right.
2008, he was Wash Giants, Barry Zito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You still
true.
break it off though.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Dave, do you want to do a Morgan Freeman?
I can't even try.
Really?
He did try already.
yeah.
Everyone just thought he was talking normal.
I'm like hearing his voice in my head, and I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to translate it to my mouth, but it's not working.
Also underrated Morgan Freeman role. Fucking the Dark Knight series, the trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good call.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
What's his name?
What's his
What
name,
was
though?
it
Al-
he play?
it's not Alfred.
No.
No. he-
Which he
he-
could have. I think he could have
fucking-
pulled off Alfred too.
Did-
Luther.
Did Morgan Freeman get canceled during Me Too?
No,
I don't know.
no.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
He still does like National Geographic.
what?
Well,
shit
he
like
does that. I think he might have gotten a little trouble.
No, I don't think so. I mean, if he did, I mean,
What is he? Who does
Lucius
he-
Fox.
Lucius Fox.
Why couldn't I think of that?
I thought
I've seen that
Luther was
movie a
close.
million fucking times. Why couldn't I think of it? It's Lucius.
He's always such a smartass to Batman. You know,
Yeah.
to Bruce Wayne.
I love it. But yeah, as far as distinguishable voices, like everybody knows who he is.
no, he's a
Strong
first
pick.
rounder. Every movie that has a Morgan Freeman voiceover is just a little bit better. And I think people say, like, who would you want to narrate your life? He's always a popular pick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's got that soothing, calming
Yeah.
voice.
So
too.
a better voice than Arnold for sure,
Yeah,
but a more notable,
Oh,
not
More
sure.
distinct.
distinct.
Okay.
we'll find out.
You'll find out.
Okay, so
right,
Morgan
Chief.
Freeman was accused in 2018.
All right, Chief. Sorry,
Yeah.
let's just.
Well, just saying. I
Arnold
wanna be accurate.
Schwarzenegger had a kid out of wedlock.
Sure did.
Just gonna okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're up.
I'm taking James Earl Jones. So James Earl Jones, he's Mufasa, he's Darth Vader, he's People Will Come, Ray. People Will Most Definitely Come from Field of Dreams. So that is like, he's like Morgan Freeman at a lower octave and has more memorable like quotes and movies, and that like he speaks and like you feel it in your chest.
I think that it's a great pick for us. I'm not positive that our younger demographic that's listening to us will agree with that pick.
You don't think so? Because he just did the live action Lion King and the original Lion King. He was Mufasa.
No, I know he did
both
that's the problem with cartoons, though, is that you don't always know who the man behind the voice is. Like,
but I think that's the point of him. So you know it's him. Like like
I don't know a lot of 22-year-olds would know that.
You
right
don't
now.
think people know that Darth Vader is James Earl Jones?
Those movies.
No.
I mean,
No?
Nah, I'm with Dave. I think people probably younger than 25.
distinguishable voice, absolutely. I think the
is.
cutoff is about 30-ish for him.
Now, Chief, what I would have done, because number one on my big board was Darth Vader. And
Yeah.
now because that'd be gone then, right? Because that's James
Yeah,
Earl
I think
Jones.
that's-
That's
I
a
think-
good question.
Well, because we're doing.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that would be off
I mean,
the
that
board.
takes
I think
a lot
that-
away with that James Earl Jones pick.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Well-
but he's,
You could take
It-
James
it'll
Earl
done-
Jones.
what were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, I don't know. I just, playing
Well,
devil's advocate. I don't know.
Yeah, because like you didn't take Kindergarten Cop. You took
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger. You didn't take Terminator. You didn't take
He doesn't
Shaw. He didn't take Red from Shawshank. Like
Which I was going to...
because he's Irish.
he's Irish, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so then what about some fictional characters that Eddie had suggested before the draft? How does that work?
So
You're not taking. I mean, I couldn't. Well, yeah, I could, but I have no idea. I'm not even going to speak because I don't want to give away picks. But a lot of the characters, you don't even know who's behind them.
Yeah.
right for like animated series.
I think
Right,
if it's
yeah.
like distinctly out of your normal voice, I think it counts.
Okay.
Does that make
So like you're
sense?
putting something on.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he's just talking
Okay.
for Darth Vader,
Yeah.
so Darth Vader's off the board.
Is he just talking for Darth Vader? That's right.
Yeah,
That's,
that's
what I'm
just
saying.
his
Just
voice.
I've never
Yeah.
seen Star Wars.
Really?
Obviously, I
Okay,
know
then I
what
would
Darth
say
Vader
yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
like.
So yeah, he's just talking.
So what I was going to say
Is he?
is...
I mean,
Yeah, he definitely is
it's
just talking.
I don't know if you can't say voice acting is just talking though, can you?
But that's how James Earl Jones sounds. That's what...
That's his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there.
Exactly.
We're here.
I like doing that.
We're literally crossing the bridge right now. It's his pick. He was going to take
Darth
Vader.
Vader was
No.
going to be my pick, but
It's
James Earl
it's
Jones
actually
is the
Carl's
pick.
pick
Carl's
first.
pick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
However,
Get your head in the ballgame,
does
Chief.
anybody have a favorite James Earl Jones quote or anything?
Oh my God!
Baseball
Heroes get
was
remembered,
life.
legends never die.
Yeah.
I love.
Oh, no, that's not his quote.
No, that was-
that's not
that
his
was
quote.
Babe
That's
Ruth's
fucking
quote.
Babe
Babe
Ruth.
Ruth,
Who plays
yeah.
Babe Ruth, by the way?
He was in
It
a
was-
he was in a few different movies at
He
that
plays
time.
the Tooth Fairy in Santa Claus 2.
Yeah, that's it. He does
What
play
else is he in?
The Mullinator.
What's up, kid?
the Mullinator.
What's up, kid?
What's up, kid?
Why?
I
Smoking
gotta
his
look
cigar.
that up.
Why didn't you?
now.
The only quote that I can remember is him just saying like, "You should have just knocked."
Yeah, I would just the
On
fact that he's
Sandlot?
Mr.
Yeah.
Myrtle is my favorite role of his. Right?
Because he was so fucking
man
big
Myrtle?
at the time.
Yeah, Mr. Myrtle.
But he had like a small side role at the end of a kids movie, which is crazy.
Was he blind in real life?
No. No.
James Earl Jones?
I don't think so.
No, I
No.
don't think so. No.
Because everybody would be
Harmless
talking about how he was like,
He played it very well.
I love when he's
Ray
just like,
Charles
he
or
knew
something.
Babe Ruth, George.
Yeah.
he was almost as good a ball player as I was.
Shows him up, dude.
Yeah.
I love in Field
Pow!
of,
Lights went out.
I love in Field of Dreams when he kicks Kevin Costner out and he's like, "Peace, love, dump. Now get the hell out of here." That's a great James Earl Jones.
That is a
there.
good moment.
That is good. Fuck, I'm looking up. What is that guy in? He's
The
in
Babe Ruth
something
guy?
more yeah, he's in something more distinct than that.
I want to say he was in Seinfeld, but I know that's not the answer. He was in he was like a small ancillary role in a bunch of different shit.
But like he also had like a key one where it's like, oh, he was
Do you have his actual name pulled up yet?
yeah, it's
scroll-
Art LaFleur.
That like
Art LaFleur. Anybody? This is gonna kill me. Sorry, we should move on.
That-
Yeah,
that's what we're
Welcome-
talking about.
welcome
you
to the
banana
show.
head.
Call her up.
Joey, look at me. He's picking next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Trying to read through my list on my glasses.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna take the safe. I'm gonna take a safe play here. I'm gonna take Sean Connery. I fucking love Sean Connery's voice. That's just a great,
Nice.
R.I.P.
yeah, just a wonderful voice. I don't know if he's been canceled or if
He's
we
dead.
can still. I know
dead.
he's dead. But like, welcome.
think he's been canceled.
Welcome to the Rock. He
He's got
says,
the
welcome
lisp.
to the Rock. What else we got? I don't know. I love Sean Connery.
All of my like most memorable Sean Connery are the things that immediately pop in
SNL.
my yes.
Yes.
Right, yeah. They're doing Celebrity Jeopardy. Yeah.
But that's a good case for Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would agree.
So
No, it's a good voice.
Indiana Jones.
I don't know if it's the
dad.
most like if you're going through like distinct voices though. I think he is definitely a step off of the first three.
I think so too.
welcome to the Rock.
He's
draft worthy, but
Yeah.
first round.
he's definitely first, second round tier, third, maybe slips into the third. But I'm okay with Sean.
You know what? I
Connery
like
there.
Sean Connery here. For fuck's sake, it's either it's a bad pick, it's a pander pick. I like Sean Connery.
No, Sean
here.
Connery's great. It's a good voice. I just
right.
don't think it's as strong as Schwarzenegger, Freeman, Jones.
Sean Connery is off the board. Joey, you're up.
All right. I am going to go close to home here, and I'm going to go with Coach Ed Orgeron. Distinct voices. All right.
Hey, great pick.
Now,
I
does
like
he
it.
have the same? Does he have the same resume as the previous three? No.
I mean, those guys are. This is where it gets muddied because he's known for his voice, but he's a football coach. He's not an actor.
Yeah.
But
So
he's still a
that's just
distinct
his
voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, like he reaches past people who are football fans, like grandmas know Coach O because they're like, oh, I like this funny like Muppet voice, like
Yeah.
And then he just even before he won the championship with LSU, everybody's like, oh, that guy down there,
Love that guy.
That
And well,
guy's
he's
voice is crazy.
interim ed.
Creole.
But he is like a come to life version of the coach from The Waterboy.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
makes
Farmer
it
Fran.
Farmer
Farmer
Fran.
Fran,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just like,
Sure.
and now he's a national champion.
For Louisiana as
Yeah,
well.
right, it's
Just
perfect.
like,
Yeah.
it's
You're right.
central casting,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm taking him off. He's just,
Ben
he's,
Mintz kind of sounds like a watered down version of Coach O.
Ben
when
Mintz
he's-
sounds exactly like Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, I don't really
Really?
hear that. I feel like Mahomes is squeakier. He's like higher and squeakier
Yeah.
than Ben Mintz.
Probably a little bit, but like,
Yeah.
if Ben
I
Mintz
can
is
see
on
what
the
you're
phone,
saying though. Yeah.
White Sox Dave, can you do a Coach O?
We're going to score a touchdown. We're going to run the ball down Alabama's throat.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't think that was that bad.
No,
that was
that-
better than
no.
anything else I've done.
Yeah, for sure. Ben Mintz, when he did like the Alex Jones bit, I thought that was pretty bang on.
Yeah?
Like Ben Mintz's Alex Jones I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Coach O, I like the Coach O pick.
Mm-hmm.
Coach O has a very distinct voice.
It's
Yeah.
as
You're right.
distinct as there is on the
I mean,
planet.
if we're going just again, letter of the law, distinct, I feel great about it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else
There's no one
would have
like
drafted
him.
it.
Yeah. There's no one like him. So
It's a
Right.
great outside the box pick for sure.
Knew I had to come. I like him up on my big board a little bit more. All right. Going back, next one for me, I'm gonna go Frank Sinatra.
ooh.
The silky, soothy pipes of Frank Sinatra. Thoughts?
Well,
I think it stinks.
I don't think
I
it's
think that pick stinks.
I don't think it stinks, but I do think you guys said, oh, there's a generation gap with James Earl
A
Jones.
huge generation gap.
Well, and then also I think there's a lot of like you could mix him up for Tony Bennett, you could mix him up for Bing Crosby, like those Christmas albums kind of all blend together a little bit. And I like Sinatra. I was not allowed to listen to him during Christmas because my Irish grandparents hated Italians, so we could only listen to Bing Crosby. But I got
I
an
take offense to
appreciation.
that as an Italian.
Yeah, I have an appreciation for Frank Sinatra, but I think you're going to get in trouble with.
If you
there's too many
played
similar Tony
That's
Bennett,
Life
yeah,
at a bar full of people on a Friday night in like Wrigleyville, I would say 25% of them know who sings it.
yeah.
Man, I think it's just my bias comes in. To me, there's
Hey, you
nobody.
know what,
there's
Joey?
nobody else like the pipes.
I mean,
of fucking
There's
Frank,
one guy in
you know?
this room that appreciates draft near and dear to your heart, and that's me. So I applaud
That's
that.
not true. Absolutely. I drafted Old Country Buffet.
Which
Which
we
is
should
the
talk
Indians.
about that. Old Country Buffet is completely defunct. There's no locations left.
I didn't know that. Nobody knew that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have taken it.
Sinatra, Carl.
Think it's a great pick. stands out. First singer off the board.
I don't know where I stand on it.
An iconic guy too. So
Iconic voice. But yeah,
I think he's more known for his eyes than his voice. Like
Those
he's
baby blue fucking eyes.
Frankie Blue Eyes. Yeah.
great voice though.
Mm-hmm.
Great voice.
A crooner. He's a crooner.
All right, Sinatra is off the board. Carl, you're up again.
all right, I got my first actor voice out of the UK, which was very important to me. I'm gonna get into sportscasters here. I'm gonna take Vince Scully. Chalk, #1 voice in sports. The fact that voice did it's like just carried its own for 65 fucking years. It's the quality of the voice, it's the cadence, it's the tone, the rhythm. They're like one of the best storytellers, arguably of all time.
I could like if he had like a book of like just him telling stories, like audiobook, I'd fall asleep to it every night.
It's almost it's disrespectful to try and do an impression of Vince Scully, I would almost imagine.
I actually think it would be kind of disrespectful, but at the same time, I'm all for disrespect, so I want to hear it.
Joey.
Dude, you guys, you said that you're gonna put me on the spot with these. You
Oh,
say it's
I
disrespectful.
can't-
I'm not gonna do it. I don't.
Do you
I don't
have
know.
one?
I don't. No.
See.
See, let me clarify something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing that always happens with people who follow me, people who whatever the fuck.
It's got to be annoying.
They're always like, "Please let me see. You got to give me one of these." I'm like, if I do an impression of somebody, it's gonna be something that I've worked on, that I've done, and I'm gonna put it out there. Like it's not just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, fucking John Madden. Let me try that." Sorry, Caliendo. Like it's just, you know what I mean? So it's like if what I have put out there and have done, besides something that's a one-off like Schwarzenegger that I just did, it's like those are the ones that I do. And when I release another one, then it's like, oh, you can add whoever the fuck else is in there. You know what I mean? But
how long does it take you to be like, all right, I got that?
I don't. I mean, they vary. You
Okay.
know, like Coach O and like Saban and people like that. I've been able to do them, and like Andrew Luck and people like that. But then like, like the Goodfellas or fucking Tucker Carlson or something. Like I gotta watch a little bit more.
Dial it in.
Dial it in a little
Yeah.
bit. More,
Okay.
so
Interesting.
I sympathize with that because that probably sucks. People are probably like,
He probably hates our guts. We've been doing
Yeah.
nothing but that this entire
No,
podcast.
no. It's just like I feel bad because I feel like people are like, oh well, what the fuck is this new voice? It's like no, I
You
never,
can't do every voice ever had.
But then
Jesus.
if you try to do one that's outside your wheelhouse, and it's like, oh, that wasn't that good. Then like, oh, he's not. Then it's just
no, it fucking sucks. But
Waters
it's the
down
house
your
that
grass.
I built,
Yeah.
so I live in it. But yeah.
Yeah, but Vince Scully, great pick. I also feel like the wind adds into Vince Scully. You could just hear it, like it's just so smooth.
And baseball's a really
Storytime sport.
right.
A lot of
Because
downtime.
it's slow paced. Yeah.
People don't realize how
Really
hard
detailed.
that
Like you
is.
can paint him.
my
I mean,
God.
he's
It's
also
incredible.
alone.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
hard.
it never actually happened, but when I was supposed to be the Vince Scully of that baseball game 2 falls ago, at first I was like, man, this is going to be fucking easy. I know everything about baseball. And then I'm thinking about it after a few minutes. I'm like, actually, this is going to be fucking impossible.
Yeah.
I'm going to look like an asshole.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually really nervous. I was nervous as fuck for that.
You'd have to have a million relevant stories about your other friend,
All
Ryan.
exactly. I would have had like note cards of like, oh, that play in high school football like translates to this for some reason. It doesn't actually, but yeah, what he did was like fucking amazing.
Great
Yep.
stuff.
Not many people on the planet could do that.
All right, Vince Scully's off the board. Chief, you're up again.
I'm going with another actor, another guy who's got a million quotes, and he might be the next governor of the great state of Texas. I'm going with Matthew McConaughey. So I love that voice. I love the little Southern Texas drawl, and the all right. And it doesn't matter like who he's playing. He never changes his accent or his voice. Like, this is how I speak. I'm not, and it just works. Like, it's another one of, like you're saying, Dave. They do have those sleep stories where there are certain like actors who will just like read things to push you to sleep. He would be a great one at that.
Yeah.
And
He does that.
I'm a
actually.
Chevy guy through and through. Chevy drives Chicago. I love Chevy. His commercials got me very close to buying a Lincoln like a couple years ago.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say he's a Chevy spokesman. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was Lincoln.
It was Lincoln, but
Yeah,
I
I
wish
didn't
he
know
was
you know
Chevy.
that.
But
McConaughey was on my board.
He was on my
McConaughey is
board.
a good pick.
Good pick, yeah.
You don't seem like you love it, Carl.
I like it. I
You
like
do?
the pick. Yeah, it's a great voice.
Solid second round pick.
He's under contract with, I think the app is called Calm. It was in the news.
oh, really?
He reads people asleep.
That's awesome. He's great.
That
It's
is
a great
good-
voice.
And I tell you what, it's like it's not only a great voice, but it's distinct because everybody has a McConaughey. You know, everybody has they're all right.
All right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He should narrate the Texas high school football series. I would like to hear him talk about
like an audiobook of Friday
I bet
Night
you he
Lights.
probably gets into it. Yeah.
Well, he just released a book, I want to say, in the last 6 months, and then he did the voiceover for it. So a lot of times you hire somebody out to do that, even if you are like a public speaker. He did it himself because, if you imagine reading the Matthew McConaughey voice and it's not that voice, that would be a
you couldn't do it.
disaster.
Yeah.
So
Hey, that's a good point. Good point for you.
Matthew McConaughey off the board. Whitesoxdave, you're up again.
I cannot believe this. So for my second pick, I was up between Morgan Freeman and this guy. I cannot believe he got back to me. I'm going with Samuel L. Jackson. I thought he was a surefire first rounder. I can't believe he got back to me.
All right, so why?
he's the
Why
number
is he a
one
first-rounder
swearing guy of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, that actually absolutely puts into it. He's got a million fucking quotes. He's the highest grossing actor of all time or some shit.
Yeah, that's true.
He just doesn't turn down a role. But everybody
Snakes on a plane.
everybody knows when Samuel L. Jackson is talking. If you just hear his voice, you're like, that's Samuel L. Jackson. Well, allow me to retort. That is a tasty burger. That's all I got.
Hey, what about
I don't know, man. You said
Dave when he
Sinatra
goes,
stinks.
what?
I don't
He's
know.
like, what? He's like, say what again?
Say what again, motherfucker? That whole scene's fantastic. Samuel L. Jackson, though, has as distinctive voice as anybody. I can't believe he
So,
slipped
Joe,
me in
you
round
have a
two.
problem with Samuel L. Jackson?
He said my Sinatra pick stinks, and then he's talking about Samuel L. Jackson like he's a top 3 pick. I don't
I did not think he was going to get back to me at all. I was down to him and Morgan Freeman.
I could have had
my
100 voices or people or cartoons on there, and Samuel L. Jackson would not have made.
I don't
the list.
hate the pick, but he also wasn't on my list. He didn't. I have a long list of, and I didn't
Crazy-
do research.
crazy
It just
talk.
whatever
That's
popped in my
crazy
mind,
talk.
and he didn't make the cut.
You're
But
telling me-
I don't think it's a bad pick, but he didn't immediately pop to my mind.
What's your favorite Samuel L. Jackson movie, Chief?
Probably Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite movies ever.
Most slept on Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Great movie.
Him and Bruce Willis is
Yeah.
a tag team.
Yeah.
Highly, recommend it.
A little Coach Carter.
94.
I watched Django 2 weeks ago.
Django's a great one too.
He is fucking fantastic in that movie. Just as an actor. He
he's
changes his
awesome.
voice
Samuel
up a
L.
little
Yeah,
bit.
great.
he's great. Ed, what do you think about this pick here?
I don't think it's as good as Dave thinks it is, but I think it's definitely draftable.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
not
Oh,
it's not a bad pick by
I
any
can't
stretch of the
believe he got back to
imagination.
me. What?
I think it's good. I think it's a solid, good pick.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so it's back to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go into. Yeah, I guess this will be. Well, no, Coach O was sports, so was Vince Scully, kind of. I got to go with Mike Tyson.
Well,
Mike Tyson, same thing. Everyone, when you talk about Mike Tyson, everyone has done a Mike Tyson impression.
Yeah, but it's kind of mean, isn't it? Because he's
But
got
it's-
a speech impediment.
Mean or not, Mike Tyson is a distinct voice that everybody
Yeah,
knows.
I don't think he has a speech impediment, right?
He's got a
does he?
lisp. Yeah, he's got a little
little
lisp.
lisp, and then he's just very high pitched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe
Cut
those
you
are
like a fish.
I think.
colloquially known as.
I didn't have it on my board.
I
I
want
don't
your
think
heart.
that.
I want to eat your children.
I don't think that a lot. Unless you're a diehard sports fan, you wouldn't know what his voice is.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
that's crazy.
That's-
he was in
that's-
The
The
Hangover.
movie.
Like,
Yeah.
he's been on Joe Rogan. a
Not
ton.
diehard unless you're a sports fan.
That's not.
Like
the guy
Danny wouldn't know how to do he wouldn't know what Mike
Let me hear
Tyson
it right
sounds
now,
like.
Danny.
That's disrespectful.
Danny, do you know what Mike Tyson sounds like?
Do you know
Yeah.
who Mike
Yeah.
Tyson is?
Yeah. And Mike Tyson has
Oh,
transcended
Tom,
so
never
much. I mean,
watched-
Mike Tyson, he had the controversy, obviously not good, but like
Bit the
people
ear
would know
off.
him from that.
Yep.
He has spent his money like
I could be
crazy, so
incorrect.
people know that.
Face tattoo.
Face
Yeah.
tattoo, yes.
Movies.
Like there's
And his
movies.
sometimes just to make myself laugh, you look up the best of Mike Tyson
Yes.
quotes on YouTube. It's 10 minutes long, and it is absurd and hilarious.
Yeah.
His voice saying all these things. So
You ever watch his top 10 knockouts?
yeah, that's awesome too.
That's awesome too.
On the
Yeah.
playlist right
I'm
after.
very happy to get Iron Mike
Yeah, no, that's not a bad pick at all.
in the second round. So Mike Tyson is my second and my third pick. So professions are on the table, correct? We talked about that.
We'll see.
I said it in the text, and I said it before the draft. So I don't know if
Go
people
ahead.
are going to have
Okay.
problems.
I don't know if a profession can have a.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Why.
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
I want to pick the news anchor voice.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
That's not one voice.
What do you mean it's not one voice? Are you crazy, Dave?
Yeah, it's a.
Broadcasting
Vito.
live from the Barstool Chicago studio, Whitesoxdave, horny again. That
Vito.
is
That's not a person.
voice.
That's a cadence.
That's how. That's like a.
That's a lot of different
I'll
people.
let you veto it, but it fucking counts. Like that's
No, it doesn't.
I'll allow
Veto. I veto.
I'll allow it.
See, again, kind of going back to what we were talking about with McConaughey.
Yeah.
How everybody has a McConaughey. When you say news anchor voice, everybody like you just did.
Mm-hmm.
WTFI coming to you live from. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like. So I see what
You
you're
can veto
saying. I
if
see
you
what you're
want.
saying.
Well,
And news reporters who that's their fucking job, they don't talk like that until they're on the camera, and then they go into news anchor voice.
But that, to
It's
me,
tough,
that's not
but
a voice. To me, that's a cadence.
okay. If you don't want it, we could scrap it.
I mean, you can do new. You know what? I'm not vetoing.
I'll veto with Dave then.
Okay.
You fucking pussy.
Why?
You're such a pussy.
Well, what do we want? Do we
such
want
a
to put it
pussy.
on or not?
No, I take my veto back.
Then I take my veto back.
Good.
Put news anchor on the fucking board.
Okay. I mean, this is up to you guys. I don't care.
Yeah, I
right.
feel like we go down this path now halfway through the draft.
No, you can have it.
You sent one to me that was in the same vein.
I said one to you in the same vein.
Yeah. So like that would obviously
let me
scratch
think
it off
about
for
it.
you too.
Let me think about it. No, let's do it then.
Okay.
Oh, but you know what? Mine was a specific guy. Mine was a specific
All right.
person. So that's what
So am I keeping this or no?
you can keep it.
Okay. News anchor voice.
Notable voices or distinct voices could be Vince Scully or even a profession type deal. So okay, news anchor voice.
Thanks, guys.
Well,
Back to you, right?
I mean, I feel like they kind of sucked the air out of the room a little bit. There.
Well, like I said, if you,
I mean, yeah.
no, I mean it obviously did, but I don't know what do you want me to say?
It's one of those like
I think it's one of the easily the most distinct voices ever. Like if someone was not talking like that on the news station, you'd be turned off or you'd be thrown off. One of the two. It's for a reason. You knew exactly what I meant as soon as I said it.
Yeah, I guess I knew what you meant,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't categorize it as a voice.
As a
because,
distinct
like,
voice.
a
You don't think
voice
that's
is
a
something
voice?
that belongs to a person.
Yeah, it's specific.
That is a type of speaking or a cadence. That's where I'm like, it's like a technical definition issue for me.
You can have it all you want,
but you can have it if you want.
Why are you laughing?
because that's a fucking horrible pick.
No, it's not. I disagree.
It's a horrible pick.
I disagree. Okay. Hey, let's take a quick break here from the snake draft to talk about Roman swipes. Obviously, we all have tried different ways to last longer in bed, but thinking about baseball, thinking about counting backwards from 10, saying the Pledge of Allegiance backwards, that stuff doesn't always work. Everybody knows that. Like, you're not just going to sit there and find some foolproof method because it doesn't exist. It simply does not exist. But Roman swipes do exist, and they're a clinically proven way to last longer in bed. They're effective, easy to use, and fast acting, and they don't require a prescription. Roman can ship swipes to you in discreet, unmarked packaging, and each swipe packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. They're super easy to use. Just take the swipe out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry, and you're good to go. That's it. To get your hands on these, all you got to do is go to GetRoman.com/walk. You can get your first month of swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. That's GetRoman.com/walk. You guys know the drill by now. Enhance your sex game. Go get some Roman swipes. All right, let's hop back into the draft room. All right, Dave, you're up again.
I got many places I could go right here. I got.
Oh, let's see.
Like, there. I'm gonna get.
Oh my.
All right, I'm gonna shift to what I was gonna do, but it's fine. I'm gonna go with Sylvester Stallone,
I like that.
and I'll explain why off camera.
Yeah, what?
No. Sylvester Stallone, very distinct voice. Yo, age your head. Rocky. Like, everybody knows Sylvester Stallone's
What's
voice.
going on here,
Thoughts.
Dave?
Thoughts. Give me your thoughts.
What's going on here?
Nothing.
I said
What do you
I said
mean?
I love it. I think that's a steal in the third round.
I think that's a good pick, but
Yeah.
like, what can't you say on camera? What could you
I
possibly
don't
say
even-
about?
I don't even
I'll
wanna
say
know.
this. It has
It-
absolutely nothing to do
I don't,
with
Dave,
Sylvester Stallone.
All right, Dave, whatever. Sylvester Stallone takes. I mean, yeah, Sylvester Stallone was going to get drafted.
Yeah,
I was considering him there, but he's.
What is going on?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what's going on.
The Rockhead took Sylvester Stallone. That's what's
Why
going
am I a rockhead?
on. Well,
You just drafted
I
a
was taking
fucking
Rocky.
speech pattern.
Yeah, because it's distinct, you dummy.
It's not a. You said voices.
You are a dummy.
You're the outlier here.
I don't care. I sent it in the text. You didn't read the text. We went from that off the top of the show. Sylvester Stallone. It's a good pick, Dave.
Thank you, Ed. Thoughts? The rest of yous. Joe,
I like
do you
it.
have
No.
a Sylvester Stallone voice?
Again, it's like McConaughey. Everybody's fucking, hey, you Adrian. I do for you, Adrian.
That's pretty good.
I know.
I do wonder if you should have took Rocky or Sylvester Stallone, though. That was what I was grasping with when I thought about Sylvester.
Right, because when they do the impression, everybody just
Yeah.
says
That was
Rocky.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Although
They
Rambo.
don't do fucking,
You know.
Yeah,
Confession: I've never seen Rambo.
It's okay.
Yeah.
it's okay.
I don't know if that's a full confession.
He was a porn star, right? Before he was an actor.
Sylvester Stallone?
I've never heard that before.
I don't
know
think
if he
that's. I feel like that we would know that. I feel like that's. I don't
That's
know.
what Google's for.
All right. Sly's off the board. Chief, you're up.
I'm going to go with going to the sports broadcaster category here. I'm going with my all-time what?
I was right. He was a porn star before.
What?
Look it up. He was once a porn star. There's
Stay
a
focused, Chief. Stay focused.
No, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
should be.
Porn star. I'm taking a guy who's definitely not a porn star. He is my favorite college football announcer of all time. Taking Keith Jackson.
Nice.
So Keith Jackson, Montgomery, Alabama. Like, this is another, probably maybe I'm aging myself and not appealing to our audience, but he is, for me,
What else is new?
the gold standard. Yeah, I don't care. I know there's other broadcasters, but he's mine. Like, that's when I think of like college football, like growing up, like I love college football, and he was the narrator to like all the biggest games when I was a kid.
Fucking Rose Bowl.
The Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah.
And so Keith Jackson, I think he is like the guy that everybody like aspires to be in that field. So I'm taking Keith Jackson. I'm very happy about it.
He's fucking Desmond Howard. Hello, husband. Right?
Exactly.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he like all those great calls, like
Yeah.
all those great calls, all from the 70s, 80s. Like I think he might have been the original Monday Night Football guy too, which doesn't appeal to me. But he did all those games, all those big games, right up until like what, maybe 10 years ago. So 15 years ago.
15. Yeah.
Okay.
I think his last game was actually the Texas USC.
That's right.
National
I think
title.
you're right. I think
Yeah.
that was his last
And
like
the fucking granddad. It
at
was like the perfect
the-
send off.
Yep, perfect. So Keith Jackson, I'm glad you're here. Keith Jackson, the GOAT.
Dave, thoughts?
Meh.
You just
No,
don't,
no,
you
no.
don't appreciate it.
No, it's
you're not
fine.
a college football guy.
It's fine.
You're not a college football. You're not a real. Well, it's because he would never call a Northwestern game because they're a loser program.
Oh,
Sure. I think those.
Carl,
I mean,
thoughts?
it's just whatever.
It's okay.
Billion
I
other
mean,
more
I have-
distinct voices out there.
I have a pick that
No.
I'm really excited for, but
Right.
I think it's good. Yeah, Keith Jackson. It's fine. Yeah, it's good. It's a good pick. It's a good sports broadcaster. He's got a powerful voice.
Take the wheel. You're up.
All right, I have one. I hope that gets back to me. No, I got to take him now. I'm going Lou Holtz, University of Notre Dame, college football specialist. I'm going with the all-time great. And if I motivate you guys to come out here, bring your offense, and you bring your shoulder pads, and you bring your helmets, I promise you, we go out and bring the special teams and defense. We'll beat the University of Southern California.
It's a good Lou Holtz.
I
That's
mean,
good, Lou Holtz.
it was
That's
all
pretty good,
right.
Lou Holtz.
It was
He did,
okay.
No, you do the Lou Holtz for people.
Well, I
you
was
know,
showing
you know
Ben.
you have a good
I
Lou
know I have an
Holtz.
okay.
You've
Lou Holtz.
got a buddy who does it like better than
I mean,
I've
I
ever
could-
seen.
You did Lou Holtz in the one of my first videos
Yeah.
with Barstool, the Monday Night Football auditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were Lou.
I tried out for the booth. I didn't get the call back. I don't know. I like Lou Holtz a lot. Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
He was on my board.
He's funny.
It's on my board
It's
too.
a fun. And
Yep.
if we're doing funny with Mike Tyson, I don't want to offend anybody with speech impediments because I know that's something that really. But
I mean, if anything, it's a good thing. Like,
he wears it on his sleeve.
yeah, it's a good thing.
He
like
knows
he's on a fucking TV show. Like he's
Yep.
and like
He's a
people,
motivational speaker
and
with that voice.
You
too.
like someone who stands out like that.
Mhm.
Like I
Member of
appreciate
Augusta
that. That's how
National.
he sounds.
Yeah.
So, Lou Holtz, good pick off
where's
the board.
Where's the green jacket, Ed?
There you go. Joey, you're up again.
All right. So got together with my war, in my war room with my draft team. People were not happy with the Sinatra pick because it's not distinguished enough. So I said,
Dave
fuck
wasn't
it.
happy. Don't
So
take too much into account there.
So I have two separate lists that I thought of because I had most like popular, well-known voices, and then I just straight up had most distinct voices, and so this is the path we're going with. So I'm gonna stick to that, and I'm gonna say Yoda from Star Wars. I'm gonna take Yoda. Everybody's got a Yoda. When you hear somebody say, in Chicago we are, like everybody knows that that's Yoda. And he is one of the most famous characters from one of the most famous franchises in the history of cinema. And so I'm going Yoda with my first pick in the 4th round.
This is where you really need Carl to swing you a branch. I don't know if he's going to do so or not, but he's the only Star Wars guy here.
I had no idea what he
Well,
sounded
I'm going to
like.
let you three chop it up, and then I'll give my opinion. Okay?
I think it's up to you. I think
Well, I mean,
see?
it's one of those things where I think it transcends the Star Wars crowd.
Totally agree.
So like everybody
Totally
here
agree.
could give an opinion on it. Like Yoda is a great pick.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good pick.
Yep.
Thank you. He's fucking Yoda.
He's
I think
Yoda.
it's the best fictional pick. I think
Mhm.
I should say one of the best fictional picks.
Is
It
that the
does
only
help
fictional
that-
pick at the moment?
It does help that Yoda gives a tremendous amount of advice and has great quotes, and thus his voice is almost attached to like a lot of great moments. For Star
Everything
Wars
he
fans,
says
I
is
think.
like a parable. Like you're getting wise when you listen to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Distinct voice.
Mhm.
Good fucking advice.
Yeah.
Whitesoxdave, Yoda.
I'm the extreme outlier here, I know, but I would not have had any clue what he sounded like.
For real?
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
But I know that I'm the weird one in this instance.
Well, you've never
it's a
seen
me
The
thing.
Office either, because Michael Scott does a Yoda.
Yeah, I've never watched The Office, really.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm the weird one in this case, so I'm sure it's a great pick.
Most cases.
So credit to me for admitting that.
Credit to you,
Thanks.
Dave.
Pat on the back.
Credit
Thank
to
you,
you,
Dave. Good.
Yoda off the board. You're up again.
Yoda's off the board, and then with my next pick, I'm going to go the EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh,
Yup.
that's a fucking great one.
Had that on my list too. That's a fucking great one.
Sports
Do we know
guy.
anything about that guy?
Something came out on him like a year or two ago, I remember.
He just did
He
that.
had an interview or something. Who the fuck is he? I saw it because they were talking about it on ESPN. So yeah, great pick. Awesome
did.
pick.
He did the only thing I know is that video that went viral, that kid that was like, he did it, and then the fucking EA Sports guy was like, huh, that's not bad. And then he was like, EA, like he fucking snapped
That's what
right
it was.
into
That's exactly what it was. That's what
Dunked
I'm
on
thinking
him?
of.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
dunked on him. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
And that's just one of those things. If you try to calculate how many times you've heard that in your life,
Thousands.
it's got to be like maybe the hundreds of thousands. If you started playing video games like I did in like 1993, 94, where like EA Sports had the NHL game, they had Bill Walsh College Football. Like I've probably heard that EA Sports is in the game into the hundreds of thousands of times.
Sure. Yeah.
And commercials and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call on the commercials. Didn't even think about that. But yeah, man, it's
Professional.
crisp, it's quick.
Yep.
Bam, you know.
EA Sports guy.
That's a great pick. That's
Very
a great
good.
pick.
Hundreds
excited
of
that it fell
thousands
to
of
me.
times.
You don't think so?
I'd say
If you-
maybe thousands of times, hundreds of thousands.
I think
is
it's
a lot.
over 100,000. I think it's over the amount of times you restart your system,
Sure.
you change game. Like if you,
Dude,
you know,
that's 306. So you're doing that just to get 1,000 three times a
lot of
day for a
days.
year. That would mean you had to do it 30 times a day. No, 300 times a day for an entire year to make it 100,000.
I have
I
about
understand, but if I-
13,000 days on this earth, and if I did every single day, I'd have to fire up a game or something like 7 or 8 times to get over 100,000. It's a lot.
okay, so maybe not 100,000.
Either way, it's a lot.
It's
Maybe
a lot.
Chief had a bad system. He had to keep restarting.
Yeah.
The old Sega, you had to blow in it.
Yeah. Just,
Kids these days don't
faulty
understand that
system.
pain.
Yeah,
Having to
Fuck.
blow in cartridges.
yep.
They don't get it, Dave.
They don't get it.
They're fucking streaming.
Fucking
EA
cunts.
Sports guy, good pick. Carl, you're up.
Well, I'm in a difficult spot here now. There's chalk, music. There's also another. I mean, I'm gonna take him. Fuck it. I'm gonna take the movie trailer guy, Dan LaFontaine.
Dan LaFontaine.
Yeah, the movie trailer guy. He's a famous movie trailer guy. He's done every movie trailer of all time. So, like, if you've heard a movie trailer, I mean, he passed away about 10 years ago, but
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I had no idea
I'd
what his
never
name
know his
was.
name.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
go that route,
that
then
shows
once
it's a
he
good
goes
pick.
EA Sports, once we got the EA Sports voice on the board, I know that I need to have representation to compete with EA Sports. And in order to compete with EA Sports, I have to take Dan Lafontaine. So in doing my research, he's done over 5,000 trailers. He's clear cut the number one like voice in Hollywood, Thunder Throat, the voice of God. Like he's a fucking big. He's a big voice. It's just I know it's not gonna play, but it's the. I mean, can I take movie trailer guy if it's movie trailer guy?
That's what I put it down as.
Because I think that's unless if he goes EA Sports guys, then we have to go first.
I put
names.
down Dan LaFontaine and in parentheses movie trailer guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? We'll see.
No, that's a testament. I was going to say to
that fair?
how distinguishable his voice is because I didn't have the slightest clue what his name was, but I immediately knew what his voice sounded like. 100 years ago in a land far, far away. Yeah.
Here, I'll give you a sample. You know, I mean, there are a lot of ads on YouTube lately, aren't there?
Gotta make
People yell at
that
us
money.
all the time about our YouTube video. I'm like, I don't know. I don't control that.
Yeah.
I don't think Barstool controls it. I have no idea why there's so many
Yeah,
ads.
like they're monetized, but we get a cut of whatever YouTube.
I'm sorry.
What movie did you pick? All right, we got it.
Yeah,
We get it.
yeah, we know that
Chief,
voice.
you're up again.
Now I'm going to Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
It said it was samples. It wasn't. It was a sit-down interview.
Dan LaFontaine.
Chief.
Now, I have one name that I was hoping to get in the 5th round. What? What is your little poke at Whitesoxdave? Oh, Chief's about to do something stupid here. Is that what that poke was?
It's typically where
And
you
then-
make that stupid move.
Well, and then what happened? Well, Ed's the worst judge of this because then it just comes back and it's like Burrata Salad's awesome, Natasha Bedingfield's awesome, like Song in the Summer. I just get proven right. It's like Van Gogh. Like Van Gogh killed himself. He was poor, and then years later, people are like, "Oh yeah, that guy was right. He was awesome."
You're Van Gogh?
In this situation, yes, about drafting, not appreciated in my time. Liev Schreiber, so similar voiceover, the HBO 24/7 guy. He was Ray Donovan on the Showtime show, but he's also the Hard Knocks guy. So all you hear those, you have the music clicks in August, you have the sprinklers going, and you got Liev Schreiber just like bringing you into football season.
Sure.
And I think he has maybe like the best voice right now, like the strongest voice, and he is to me like he is the voiceover guy now. Like he is, like Dan LaFontaine, like R.I.P. I would never have been able to tell you his name, but I know his voice, and I feel like Liev Schreiber, you know both. Like you know the voice and you know the name too. Also, a little Frank Sinatra try, The Manchurian Candidate, the remake of that. He was in that with Denzel. Very underrated movie. What are you giggling
I'm
at?
just laughing at Dave's face.
You don't know who that is?
I know exactly who it is.
What's your face about?
I mean, he's got a voice.
It's a very distinct voice.
He's got a really good voice.
Yeah.
It's a good,
Really good
great voice.
Great
Yeah.
voice.
Distinct.
I think you know it when you hear it. That's the point. That's that's the HBO. That's the HBO Hard Knocks guy.
Hard
That's
Knocks
the
guy.
the
Yeah.
Hard Knocks guy, the 24/7 guy.
I think I'd have to think about it. If you threw like a sound clip, like, hey, what else does he do? I'd be like, I'd have to think about it. And then once you said he was on Hard Knocks, oh yeah, that's right.
But like you hear the voice and the Hard Knocks just comes to your mind.
I don't think it would immediately. For me.
Really?
But I didn't watch last year's because the Corona one was stupid.
That was a little weird.
It was
Yeah.
stupid to me. So I'm like a couple years removed from it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
What didn't you like about it, Joey?
No, I liked it. I'm good. It's
are
distinct.
you talking about Hard Knocks
fucking
or
Hard
the?
Knocks guy.
I'm saying Hard Knocks.
Oh, but what I
Yeah,
didn't
the
like about Hard
quarantine
Knocks,
one, yeah.
I didn't like the fucking dual team.
Yeah, I didn't like
I
that.
don't like
either.
that. What is this? Like,
Yeah.
I
Let
know
me
you're
buy
trying to-
into one.
I know you're trying to
They-
shove LA down our throat, but
They had to put something out, and that's what they gave us. And by no fault of theirs, they didn't really have much choice.
Can I tell you something? I still watched it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
watched
started it.
every
I never
episode.
finished it.
Yeah, I watch it every week.
You like Liev Schreiber, Carl?
You don't like Liev Schreiber.
No,
is what it's talking about.
I do.
You hate Liev
I
Schreiber.
do. I like it. Why are you saying he's in Scream?
He is?
Yeah, he's like, they think he killed Sidney Prescott's mom. He's
I
in
haven't
Scream.
seen that in forever.
He's in Scream. I
Naomi
like
draft
Liev
slasher
Schreiber.
movies
I
now?
don't
Nev
think.
Campbell. Nev
Yeah, Nev
Campbell.
Campbell, yeah.
Such a babe.
Oh yeah.
Such a babe.
Rocket.
Call the horny police.
That was tame compared to what you said about Hooters.
I mean,
What did I say about Hooters? That was wrong.
jam your fucking
Nothing
babies
wrong.
down my face.
I want
plop
that.
those fucking babies right
I want
there.
that thing cut so low. That's what you were
No,
saying.
it's a good pick, but it's more like the guy. I think at some point he will. I don't know.
Okay.
So we're in the fourth round.
It's fine. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
It's
fine.
good. I like it.
Whitesoxdave, you're up.
I'm going with Snoop D-O-double-G.
Oh, that is a good pick.
Young or old, I mean, he's been around since the 80s, but early 90s. But young or old, you know who he is. And if there's a fucking song that he's either featured on or it's his song, you know exactly who it is. Exactly every single time. Snoop D-O-double-G. With so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being who?
Snoop D-O-double-G.
That's motherfucking right, Ed.
Man, what a life for that guy. I mean, what hasn't Snoop Dogg done, you know?
I think
For
he's
real.
done porn. Pretty sure Snoop,
I
like a
mean-
producer of it. I'm pretty
Wouldn't
sure.
shock me at all.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Are you not making fun of me?
I'm
right now?
not making fun of you, but I'm pretty sure he like produced a porn or maybe like a series of porns.
Dude, you know
Makes
how
sense.
like everybody says that like Disney owns everything, controls everything? It's fucking Snoop Dogg and Shaq. Like those dudes have their hand in every fucking thing.
Snoop Dogg has
business.
called Anaheim Mighty Ducks games. He's
Yeah.
called he's just like
Every event.
He just
he's
did that the other day, right?
He did MMA. Recently, there was the MMA thing, is what you're talking about, and then he just does. Yeah, you're right. He does whatever he feels like. And people
Yeah,
are
like
yeah,
if
Snoop
you
Dogg.
turned on a fucking hockey game,
Mhm.
which I don't do often, and I heard that voice, I'd be like, why is Snoop Dogg fucking...
he was hilarious doing.
I'm sure it
so,
was, yeah. He knows nothing about the sport, I'm assuming, right? He's not an actual fan. Kind of like what...
I think he's a Kings fan.
He's
Is he?
either
I think
Kings
he's
or a
Kings
Ducks,
fan. I don't
but
know. I could be wrong. I think he's a Kings fan though. But who knows?
whatever. But yeah,
Whatever.
good pick.
Yeah, good pick, Snoop Dogg, Dave. Back to me. I need two. I really didn't want to take all real people, but there's two in my mind. There's still two blue chippers on here.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to do it. My first one is going to be Christopher Walken. Same thing. You know exactly how he talks when you
Yep.
see him. Every other movie, he has a very distinct voice.
He
Oh, I
doesn't
know.
have an... Like, his voice is just his voice. It's not an accent, though, correct? It's just how he talks?
I think so.
Yeah,
Because he's American, right?
yeah.
You know,
But yeah, he just...
sure.
Everybody knows who's
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a chalk pick. I had him at the very top of my list, but I didn't want to go that route because
But how can you say that?
it's so easy. But it's as distinctive voice as there is on the planet.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Same thing though. The first thing I think of with him is that SNL skit. Well, I guess he's in it. The more
Yeah.
cowbell scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's probably my favorite SNL
I
skit.
couldn't
actually.
just pass on him. Like,
Yeah.
you know, him just
No, it was
him,
on my list.
him still being there was just crazy
Yep.
to me. My last pick, you guys might not know who he is. You may know who he is. But he is a first-round pick, but I'm going to take him in the fifth. But in my mind, he is. His voice is that big. He used to be the Aflac Duck until he got canceled. It's Gilbert
Gottfried.
That was my last pick.
That was
Gilbert fucking
yeah.
Gottfried, man. That guy.
He's only famous because of his
yes,
voice.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's
exactly.
only famous because of his voice.
Wasn't he in an Aladdin too?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he
a
was
parrot.
the bird.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
built his career on having his voice. If he doesn't have his voice, he doesn't have a career.
Yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried.
I mean, I thought he could have been a first rounder, but I didn't
That's
want
what
to
I'm
take him the
telling
first
you.
round
Yeah.
because I was so worried that people were going to be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yes, Gilbert Gottfried is a first rounder.
Yeah,
But I got him in the
absolutely,
fifth round.
absolutely.
But like you said, a lot of people won't know him. But if they hear his voice,
They know exactly.
they know
yeah.
exactly who Gilbert
The
Gottfried is.
So in Aladdin, when he's shoving the crackers down the Sultan's mouth,
Yeah.
it's so fucking funny. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Big stern guy. Gilbert is.
He got canceled. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's made some very off.
Oh, has
off
he?
The off the collar. What's the off
Off-
color jokes?
off color.
Yeah, not good jokes. But he's still like
off
not
color,
like
off the cuff.
he's not like super. But like he'll still like do random stuff. But I know he had like a joke. I believe it was about like 9/11 or something, and he lost the Aflac job for that.
Yikes.
He was the Aflac Duck.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking Gilbert Gottfried in the fifth round.
Yeah.
That was stealing. That was stealing.
Okay.
It was going to be my last pick.
Was it?
So now I got to pivot.
Stealing. White Sox, Dave, you're up again.
So I think there's plenty of chalk left. I don't want to go chalk. I want to expand my horizons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the Joker from The Dark Knight.
Okay,
No,
so
it's
Heath Ledger
it's a
Joker.
good pick. It's the same thing.
I mean, it's such a weird and it's not his voice. It's not Heath Ledger's real voice.
Yeah.
But like, if you throw on a clip, you're like, oh, that's Joker talking. My father was a drinker and a fiend.
People seem like they don't like it, Dave.
I mean,
I'm
there's
only-
As much you may have been through,
Well,
I'll say you had
like
a good-
it was such a weird voice in the movie. It was like, was it a
I
villain voice?
was
I don't know.
I was prepared to be irate because I thought he was talking about the most recent Joker,
oh no,
Joaquin
dude,
Phoenix
the
Joker?
Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Because
God,
you
please don't do this,
hated
Dave.
that movie,
I didn't like it at all.
right?
Like at all. I
And
gave
that-
it a second chance too, and I hated it even more than the first time I watched it. But no, I'm going with the Joker from The Dark Knight. Plenty of chalk left on the board. I understand that, but I think that
Joker's pretty chalk.
you think so.
Yeah. It was number 1 overall in our villain draft. Like he's like the number
No,
one
I mean,
villain
but
of all
did
time.
we
It's a
talk about his
voice.
voice?
Yeah, I
One
mean,
day
it
he
does
goes,
hurt
"I'm
him that there's been like
crazier
a
than
million.
usual."
It does hurt that there's been a million Jokers, but similar to a lot of these, everyone has tried a Joker impression. Everyone.
What's yours? I thought mine was
fine.
actually kind of decent right there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could be the next Joker.
Maybe.
You certainly.
I mean,
act
the
like
one with who not Joaquin Phoenix, the other one, the
Ledger?
Suicide Squad,
Heath Ledger, Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
I never saw
And
it.
that's
I
like
didn't
a common thought. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen, bar none.
Just thinking
And
about
the
him,
cast was loaded too.
yeah, thinking about Jared Leto, I never saw it, but I was like, that makes sense. Like he should be the Joker.
I thought he would have carried on the
great at
torch
it.
awesome
Yeah.
because he is such a weirdo. He was the entire movie was just fucking pathetic top to
Yeah.
bottom.
Okay.
All right, Joker's off the board. Chief, you're up.
This is my last pick, right?
Yeah, you're squirming like you're gonna do something stupid.
Well, I think it's a first round voice, but in this political climate, I feel like people don't want to do it. But it's Trump. Like Trump has like one of the most distinct. Yeah,
It's true.
You're
You're
making
living
that
in the
face.
moment. I think you're living in the moment.
Absolutely not. He's been an icon for like 40 years. They talk about him and he's done interviews. He talk about him in rap videos, and like he is like The Apprentice. You're fired. Like he is he has one of those most and it's not living in the moment. It was a 4-year run or longer of him being the president. And I was between him and another former president, but I think he has the most distinct voice. Where whatever your reaction to his voice is, you know it instantly, and you probably have a reaction to that voice, to hearing
It's true.
it.
And
So
no matter where you are, who's doing it, and as soon as they do, either like you said, you're fired, or like you
Yeah.
know, fake news. You know,
You're right.
everybody's like, no matter how shitty it is,
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, fucking Trump.
right,
No.
it's it's fucking
Everybody
Trump.
knows.
You're right, exactly. But like he has a very distinct way of speaking that is unique to him. Like I've never heard anyone speak.
No, he's
similar.
from
It's
New
not
York.
just like
It's
a
not
New York accent.
hyperbole. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I would like to walk back a little bit what I said. You're not. It's not so much you're living in the moment. It's just he's a voice that's been heard like so much more than,
Recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it's like it's so
Of course.
it's so fresh on the scene.
But it's distinct and it's heard nonstop. Like you could be in fucking
But, like-
some random Southeast Asian country
Yeah.
island, and if you heard that voice, like one of their people
Yeah.
heard that voice, they know exactly who
Right,
it was.
and I don't think like Biden has like or George W. Bush like they.
See,
I
I
don't
think Bush does.
Bush
I don't-
did. They made
I don't
fun of him on Saturday.
as much as
No,
Trump.
nobody does.
Right.
I think that's a great
my
fifth round
point.
pick.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
I mean, you just did a pretty good Trump right
Well, I
there.
like some discussion points regarding presidents and the voices, because I feel like there's a lot of ones that could be considered. Who could
Well,
Yeah.
there's like the other one, like it was Obama was like the other one. I was between
Obama.
those
Obama's
two.
just got the most
Clinton.
normal voice.
Clinton,
See, but I
JFK.
JFK, sure.
They made fun of it on The Simpsons.
Who?
JFK.
Oh,
I mean,
Mayor Quimby. I think
no,
that
it
was just
wasn't
like,
Mayor. It was it Mayor Quimby?
Well, Mayor Quimby was like a catch-all for all the Kennedys. Like
Okay.
It was Teddy. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of linked all the stories back to him. But yeah, I think that I do think if you stack them all up, I don't think it's to live in the moment to say that Trump is
I
still
don't
the
think
most
so either.
distinct one.
Okay.
And hit longest shelf life too, because he had all the reality shows, he had all the interviews, he was
He's
on
in
Oprah,
fucking Home
he
Alone
was
2,
on
Ed.
Home Alone 2, he's in rap video. Yeah, exactly. Like,
WrestleMania.
I
and
think
shit.
it's just like I think you just don't want people saying the word Donald Trump on this podcast.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, like, but I think like, cause it's like a
think
trigger.
Ed's nervous at that?
It's a
Polarizing thing.
It's a polarizing, triggering thing, and I'm not like making a
I
commentary
mean,
on him.
even people who hate him still say his voice.
Yeah,
Oh,
they know
yeah.
exactly who
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like 30 years ago, fucking Reagan was president, and we still talk about, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people, you know, my sister who just graduated high school, she's like, oh yeah, Ronald Reagan. So like 30 years from now, people are gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
Trump, that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
And I do think Trump will be even more memorable than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a product of the times. Not only
Everything's on camera now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this,
Mhm.
yeah, memes and all that shit.
Yep.
So. All right.
Carl, you're up.
I'm in between two picks. One could probably sink this show. If I pick it, I don't know how people would react to it. So I'm just going to take a safe play. I'm going to be safe. We'll come back for honorable mention.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to take Freddie Mercury. It's the best, most powerful voice in the history of rock and roll. It's the fucking best, period. Best live, anything, Freddie Mercury. This is a very safe play for me. I'm taking my number one music voice in the 5th round. I'm taking Freddie Mercury. Safe play. 275 right down the middle of the fairway.
Dave.
Can't argue if they're as safe as can be.
I think I mean, they got the anthems, you know? So, like, the fucking We Are the Champions and We Will Rock You.
So you still hear it nonstop. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the other thing is I competitively want to have a good music voice. I don't. I have a good broadcast voice. I have, like I said, I have my favorite UK voice. I am very happy to get Freddie Mercury here in the 5th round. Now there's another accent and a dialect that I love even more. I just can't take it. It's just not a good pick.
Wait, you say he's UK?
Sean Connery.
Oh.
I was going through my list in my head.
Where's Freddie Mercury from?
South
South
Yeah, man, you
Africa, I'm
hold-
pretty sure.
Oh.
He's South African. Yeah, I think it's.
Freddie Merc off the board.
Yep.
Joey, who is Mr. Relevant?
So I only get one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your last pick.
Fuck. Going back and forth between a couple, and now you said Mr. Irrelevant. This one's tough to say, but again, letter of the law, distinct voice. I'm finishing up with Louis Armstrong,
Yep.
singer.
Oh,
Yep.
very good.
So I'm going two singers with Sinatra and Armstrong, but
He's on my board.
once I like I said back after the second round, Sinatra stinks, so I'm saying distinct, and Louis Armstrong's distinct as they come.
I
Big
think that's a way more distinct
I think
voice
so,
than
too.
Sinatra.
Absolutely.
And looking back, I probably would have gone him then and saved it, but this is how we roll, and that's my pick. So,
That's a good pick.
yeah.
I think it's a great
time.
pick.
That's one of those like I can't even begin to even mimic it. Like I know his songs, but I can't.
Sing Wonderful World.
I can't.
Why?
You
I-
probably could.
It's so wonderful.
I do it.
Do a Louis then.
See if you could do it.
I don't think so.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
want to hear you sing.
Yeah.
You could do the
like,
gravel of the voice. I see skies
The
of blue.
but even like you sound.
Roses true. White.
Yeah, he does it. You don't. I would have sounded like you. That was almost like a Louis Yoda mix right there. So,
You got to get the gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah, over gravel. But
Yep.
Armstrong, man.
All right, I'll read through them. We'll do some honorable mentions. We'll get out of here. Eddie, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mike Tyson, news anchor voice, Christopher Walken, Gilbert Gottfried, Whitesoxdave, Morgan Freeman, Samuel L. Jackson, Sylvester Stallone, Snoop Dogg, The Joker, Chief, James Earl Jones, Matthew McConaughey, Keith Jackson, Liev Schreiber, Donald Trump, Carl, Sean Connery, Vin Scully, Lou Holtz, Dan LaFontaine, movie trailer guy, Freddie Mercury, Joey, Coach O, Frank Sinatra, Yoda, EA Sports guy, Louis Armstrong.
I had this pick. I didn't want to take this pick, though, because I don't want to listen to you guys bitch about it. But to me, 5th round, I really wanted to take Ed. I think Ed has the best fucking voice. I love Eddie's voice. I bet Eddie's voice has been making me laugh for like 8-9 fucking years. Whenever I first met you at the Philly, we were watching the Eagles game, and I don't know, it's just something about Ed. Like the whole "Hey, how you doing" thing. That's like all natural stuff from you, just hanging around you. Your
thanks.
voice is one of the funniest fucking things, and I'm
thank
sure
you.
people who are listening to the show that are dialed into Dog Walk and have been for however long you've done it probably say the same thing, where you can just say words that it shouldn't be funny, but like you just find yourself giggling because you just have like such a funny, deep Chicago, authentic accent.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, at this point, it's just
Yeah,
how
you're
I
going to be
talk,
thinking about it.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's a good host voice, man. You just
Thank
feel
you, Joe.
comfortable. It's good.
That and David Attenborough.
Who's that?
The seagull is a peculiar species as it
Oh.
navigates
Oh,
its
from
way
all the
north
nature
to
docs.
south.
Yeah.
I was
good. That was good, man.
I was gonna look for up his name because I thought the same thing, but I didn't.
He's
But
knighted by the Queen.
Is he actually?
He's
Wow.
Sir David Attenborough.
Wow.
Did he?
That would have been a good pick, I think.
Well,
If you're into that kind of shit, which
I was
am,
between
but-
him and
yeah.
Dan LaFontaine and just figured LaFontaine as the movie trailer guy gets more
Well,
voice reps.
more.
But David Attenborough is actually like a naturalist and a historian. He's actually like a
He just has a great voice.
he's just
How
with a great
old is
voice,
he?
yeah.
He-
He's in his deep 80s.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
got to be,
He's
right?
Does he still
yeah.
work?
Still pumps it out.
Okay.
Yeah, he just did.
Yeah.
He does stuff for Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
I've
all
probably
those
heard
fucking
his
things.
voice more than the movie trailer guy.
The
If I'm-
African
No.
Cape
You don't think
Buffalo.
so?
You hear the movie trailer guy and you don't even know you're hearing it.
That could be.
True.
Just like in commercials and shit. I had Mr. T,
Yep.
Tom Hanks, Denzel, Liam Neeson, Leo, Joe Pesci, and Eddie Murphy. I thought Eddie Murphy would have been.
I had
Pesci
Pesci on
is-
mine too.
If you took Denzel, though, we would have walked you out back.
Why? It's
You hate Denzel.
I don't fucking hate Denzel. You guys need
You
to
just
listen.
don't think he's a good actor.
I don't think he. I
Hey,
think he
tell him
does.
to- tell him
His
to-
voice is the same in every fucking movie, so
tell
it
him
would
to
have been
clean it
perfect
out
for
of his ears. Tell
But-
him.
Clean the potatoes out of your ears.
But you think McConaughey's a good actor, right?
Yeah,
He has the same voice in every movie.
yeah, but he switches around from like
He's played a horror.
heartthrob,
Yeah.
like in like a rom com to whatever his name
Well,
was.
Denzel played a football coach and a,
But
and a
we're-
bad cop.
but he
Just
attacks
watched
them
Training Day
the
the other day.
exact same
Fucking
way.
awesome.
Exact same way. You
Okay.
don't listen to what I'm saying. Of course, they're different movies.
Hank
the way
Hill.
he portrays them.
Okay, Hank Hill. Yeah.
Hammer Bobber.
Yeah.
Hank
Homer-
Azaria.
Hank. Yeah. Hank
Yeah,
Matt
Azaria.
Groening.
he's a million.
Yeah.
No one even knows what Hank Azaria sounds like because he has so many voices.
Yeah.
He. I mean,
Simpsons.
yeah. He's a big Simpsons guy.
Yeah, him and Matt Groening, right?
He got in trouble for.
A poo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say a poo. That was, or can we say it? I was gonna say a poo.
As
But-
a distinct voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't even use it on the show anymore.
I mean,
I
we
know,
left
there's a
out
real
like
story
all.
on it.
Yeah, they wrote him out.
Yeah.
I had Tim Allen just from
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear, but then also the Pure Michigan commercials.
What about
So
Dick Vitale?
I got Dickie V.
Dickie V was on
dang,
my
that was
list.
John Madden, an easy
Dickie
one.
V.
Yeah. Pat
Tommy
Summerall,
Mutombo.
another old school guy,
Yeah.
but like he had the best voice.
Mutombo.
Couple,
Remember when we
Yeah,
met
Dikembe
Dikembe
would've been good.
Mutombo? Holy.
He's one of our top
Fuck,
5
is
guests
he
we've ever
big.
had on this show.
Bill Walton.
Did we even have him?
No,
Did he
joking,
even interview it?
joking.
Yeah.
Beavis
Uh,
and Butthead. Mickey
mhm.
Mouse. Bugs Bunny. Fran Drescher.
Kermit the Frog.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fran's a
Kermit's a fraud.
good pick.
I wish I would have had.
I had
Fran's a
I
good
had
pick.
Fran written down.
She
I
was hot. The nanny, that was hot. She walking around those little mini
I
skirts.
had
Elmo.
Killian
It's a horny
Murphy,
day here,
Elmo.
Tony
I mean-
Montana.
What about Shaggy the Rapper?
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
funny.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you say
I
Tony
forgot,
Soprano?
No, Tony Montana.
Oh. Is there anybody from
that
Sopranos who
guy?
has a really memorable voice?
I'm sure.
They'll just talk.
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna think of
Jay-Z,
putting Jay-Z
Brent
on my list.
Musburger, like
Yeah.
Jim Nance, like we left out like every sports
Al
broadcaster.
Michaels. Yeah.
Gary Thorne, Doc Emmerich, like there's a ton of really.
See, like when we were doing professions, I had the train guy. Like, next stop.
This-
Oh,
the
I was
CTA.
gonna
that,
say
see, like,
next
that
top
to
guy.
me,
Yeah.
that's a guy.
I had
Like
Lake-
that's better. That's a better pick to
Yeah.
me. I wouldn't have objected to that at all.
You just said
The
news
way,
anchor.
Yeah. Like,
News anchor voice. That's like
if you said the
you're
train
taught
guy,
how to do that in
doors
like
open
news
on the
anchor.
left. Like that's like he actually. I can get you that guy for dog walk.
What about
Yeah, I
Stephen Hawking?
What you had him?
No.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
We talked. I think no. Did we not?
That star is 8 billion light years away.
Jesus, Dave. I don't know if anybody knows him, but Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh,
Yeah, of course,
dude.
Bobcat.
That
I don't
guy's
know.
fucking
Space Ghost Coast to
crazy,
Coast.
Yeah,
man.
like it's disrespectful we didn't pick him.
Because
But-
it's
I don't
so distinct that
It's
it's
so you've heard it. So
I have.
Yeah.
Let me pull up something.
He
he's
puts
done.
Gilbert Gottfried to shame, in my opinion,
He's
from
like-
having a
it's
distinct voice from
Him
there.
and Gilbert are like
I had the Arby's voiceover guy, Ving Rhames or
Jack Nicholson.
Rams.
Yeah, Jack.
What about
would've-
Pedro Serrano?
The the
President,
Palmer?
It's fucking, it's not
Greatest
Allstate.
president
State
this
Farm.
country's ever had.
Bill Walton,
Yeah, Bill Walton was on my list.
Britt Hume.
what about Jeremy Irons? Jeremy Irons is a good voice. So did Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. How about
Professor
the
Snape.
How about the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy?
Michael.
Buffer.
Michael Buffer. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a great pick.
Yeah. That just popped in my head. That wasn't on my
Yeah.
list. It just popped in my
What
head.
Wasn't on
about
mine
is
either.
Harry Carey a good voice, or is it just kind of like a drunk funny one?
I thought about putting it on my
Yeah.
board, but
This might not be a good representation.
no, you
No,
need to.
it's not.
It's tough, isn't it, Ed?
The one on my list
get
that
it.
wasn't drafted, I'm
I'll get a
shocked
podcast.
didn't, was Mr. T.
Bill Belichick.
It's
Bill
tough when
Belichick.
we have such a broad category like
Because
this.
there's a million honorable
and then, but then
mentions.
people
yeah.
will be like, I don't know how the fuck you guys didn't pick this. Like, well, there's a
Yep.
billion voices and there's 25 spots and we're morons. So
That's
you
all there is to
consider
it.
all
the last,
those three
last
things,
part is very important.
You know,
Eddie Murphy. That's got it. That should have been picked. I'm actually pissed I didn't take him instead of the Joker.
who's got
how
a
he-
Joker's more.
does that,
I
who
think
has
the
a real
Joker's better.
Chicago voice? Because the ones that every time I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I don't want to take the super fans voice from Saturday
Dennis
Night
Farina
Live.
did.
Mike North.
Yeah, Mike North.
North.
Yeah, he's got the best one probably.
Yeah.
But again, like, not
Dennis
No
even
one knows
even,
him, though.
even
Outside
people
Chi-
local, like younger people local.
Now
have
they
no
wouldn't know him.
idea.
Yeah, he fell off the fucking face.
Yeah,
he used
did
to
a show
run
with
shit.
Big Cat
I know.
Sunday mornings.
All right, boys. Joey, thanks for joining us, man.
Hell yeah, man! This is great. Thank you.
Do we
Thank
have
you.
a? Oh no.
Yeah, we don't know.
No. Yeah. Good luck to everybody.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.